Not sure how to reset your NAS without losing your data? Or maybe you're wondering which RAID level to trust with your files. You're not alone. Since 2011, we've heard the same handful of questions over and over. So in this video, we're answering the 10 most common ones about ASUSTOR NAS systems, all in one place. When a lot of problems just won't go away, the last resort is resetting your NAS settings back to their original state. Every NAS has a reset button hidden inside a pinhole on the back of the device. Take a thin object like a paperclip, press the button for about 5 seconds, and you'll hear a beep. That means the reset was successful. Once you've reset it, a few things happen. First, your system account and password return to admin. Your HTTP and HTTPS ports switch back to 8000 and 8001. Your network settings return to default, so the control center will be able to find your NAS on the network again. And finally, ADM Defender reverts to accepting all connections. What won't happen is any change to your drives or data, so once it's reset, your NAS is ready to use normally again. One of the most common questions about NAS devices is how to access them remotely. For most users, the easiest option is Easy Connect. After enabling it in ADM and choosing your cloud ID, your NAS can automatically set up remote access through your router. This lets you connect from almost anywhere using a browser or mobile apps like AI Master without dealing with complicated network settings. If you want more flexibility, you can also use DDNS and manual port forwarding. That said, exposing your NAS directly to the internet comes with some security risks, so strong passwords and proper security settings are essential. Another popular option is a mesh VPN service like Tailscale. Instead of opening ports to the internet, Tailscale creates a secure private network between your devices using encrypted connections, letting you access your NAS remotely, just like you would at home. If you can't log into your NAS, here's what to check. First, see if you can reach the ADM login page in your browser. If the page won't load at all, check whether your NAS is powered on and connected to the network. You'll usually see this from a blinking light. If the NAS is up and running but you still can't reach ADM, there are a few common causes. Your IP might be blacklisted by ADM Defender. You could be connecting through the wrong port, or HTTPS might not be enabled. Double-check the port first. The defaults are 8000 for HTTP and 8001 for HTTPS. And if nothing else works, a quick reset with the button on the back brings all of these settings back to default, so you can log in again. Your ASUSTOR Cloud ID is a unique name used to identify and securely access your NAS from anywhere in the world without needing any router configuration. To activate it, go into ADM, then Settings, then Easy Connect, and enable the feature. You'll then be asked to name your Cloud ID. If you want to change it later, you can do that in the same place. Just keep in mind, it needs to be a unique name that isn't already taken. The name is also tied to your hardware, so if you upgrade your NAS and want to keep the same Cloud ID, create a ticket for our support team. They can remove the name from our database so you can use it on your new device. To set up your new NAS, the first step is to find it inside the ASUSTOR Control Center. If it doesn't show up, there are a few possible reasons. First, check whether your NAS is on your local network. You can try restarting both your NAS and your router. If you still can't find it or the status stays on Not Ready, turn off any third-party antivirus software and check if Control Center is allowed through your Windows firewall. To do that, open Windows Defender Firewall, go to Allowed Apps, and make sure Control Center is enabled for both private and public networks. You can also check whether your router settings are blocking access to your NAS, or whether a switch between your NAS and router has the wrong configuration. ASUSTOR offers many ways to back up your data. In general, we recommend the 3-2-1-1-0 backup strategy as close to foolproof. But even having a single backup is better than nothing. The app Backup Central can handle a variety of backup solutions. The easiest is an external backup to a USB drive or other local drive, but you can also do an internal backup to your My Archive drive, or use protocols like rsync, FTP, or SMB to connect your NAS to any protocol-ready device and back up your data regularly. For more in-depth information on Backup Central, you can check out the 2 videos we released a while back. If you'd rather use an external cloud provider, ASUSTOR gives you a few options inside ADM. With Data Sync Center, you can connect an existing Google Drive, Dropbox, or OneDrive account and use it for your backups. For any other cloud service provider, you can use Cloud Backup Center. This app lets you safely backup and organize your data with services like Backblaze, Microsoft Azure, and many more. If you want to start fresh with your NAS while keeping your data safe, it helps to know there are two kinds of resets. A soft reset, the one using the pinhole button we covered earlier, only touches your ADM and network settings, so your files stay untouched. A hard reset is the stronger option, and it does wipe everything, so this is the one to be careful with. Before doing a hard reset, back up all your data first. Use a portable drive, a My Archive drive, or another NAS, and double-check that everything is saved before moving on. Once you've confirmed your backup, go into ADM, then Settings, then ADM Maintenance, then Factory Reset. After the reset, you can go through the setup process for your NAS as if it were brand new, and then move your backed up files back onto it once it's ready. Before contacting customer support, there's some basic troubleshooting anyone can do on their own. Start by downloading your logs. Go to Dr. ASUSTOR, then Support Tools, and press Health Records. To open the logs, you'll need to extract them, using the last 6 digits of the log file's file name as the password. Inside, there are 3 files that could be useful. First is the system log file, which contains more general logs, things like system changes, updates, and connections or disconnections. This file is a good starting point for troubleshooting general errors on your NAS. Next is the MD-STAT file, found inside proc. MD-STAT shows the current state of your RAID arrays and volumes in real time, which disks belong to which volume, whether the volume is healthy or faulty, and whether a resync or recovery is in progress, along with how far along it is. If you want to see what happened over time rather than just the current state, you can open dmessage, found inside the bin folder. This file records everything the kernel has done and noticed since boot up. When you open it, you'll see a long list of log lines, since it logs hardware detection, drivers, errors, warnings, and hundreds of other events. Dmessage is especially useful for troubleshooting hardware or kernel-related issues. In general, this kind of troubleshooting will only get you so far, letting you spot and isolate specific events rather than fully diagnose complex problems. If you're still stuck, you can always reach out to our customer support team, and they'll help you get your ASUSTOR NAS back on track. Sooner or later, anyone with a NAS runs into this question: which RAID configuration should I use? Before anything else, it's worth knowing that a single drive setup has no redundancy, so if that drive fails, your data goes with it. ASUSTOR NAS systems support a variety of RAID levels, including RAID 0, 1, 5, 6, 10, and, more recently, 50 and 60. Every RAID level has its own pros and cons, so there's no single best option. That said, if reliability is your main focus, RAID 1 stands out. Paired with an ext4 file system, it gives you an extremely reliable setup that can hold up well against external influences. That doesn't mean other RAID options are bad, though. If you don't want to give up the advantages of a RAID level like 5 or 6, along with a file system like BetterFS, we highly recommend using a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply for your home server. Even with an active read-write cache and BetterFS running, a UPS means a power outage or other external disruption won't have any negative impact on your volumes. After buying a new NAS, you'll need to register your device with your ASUSTOR ID. Once you've created that ID inside ADM, it's not possible to change or update any of the account details there. To make changes, you'll need to go to member.asustor.com and log in with your ID. From there, you can update all your account information, as well as subscribe to our monthly newsletter. If you want to change your email address, that can only be done by creating a support ticket inside the membership page, and they'll guide you through the process. Alongside your personal information, you'll also find a list of your connected NAS devices, each with a drop-down menu of options. For example, you can check the product's support status or create a support ticket linked directly to that specific NAS. There's also a separate support tab where you can open a general support ticket and monitor or manage all your existing tickets. Got other NAS problems you've run into, or want us to go deeper on one of these 10 points? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.